later general manager. Since 2001, he has been in community relations as a director for Purdue University. His most often used word, and I'm sure Nancy can attest to this, is yes, because he eagerly agrees to requests to help his community. He is known as a connector, connecting volunteers and nonprofits and encouraging young professionals to step into community roles, bringing community members together for various projects and convening groups to achievement of numerous local activities. Some years ago, spotting growth in our community and the need for planning to tap all of our potential, he and a small group secured funding for a comprehensive community study to survey and understand who we are and how we compare to communities we aspire to be like. This led to our From Good to Great plan and the Quality of Life Council, founded in 2011. Joining the elite ranks of the winners of the Grand Marquis de Lafayette Award tonight is community friend, volunteer, and advocate, Mike Piggott. Mike, welcome.
This is special. It's kind of neat to be handed it by Arvid. When I went into television, he was a promotion guy, and he had to take this radio guy and turn him into a television person. In fact, one of his first ads he put out was a picture of me with this bubble that says, "We're not looking for pretty anchors. We're looking..." I still have it. Now you know exactly why the others, award winners, don't get to talk tonight. Because I don't have to hit the network. I can, yeah. They got an old broadcaster up here, and I can go for as long as I want, I guess, but I won't. I really, really appreciate this, and you know, it was probably 25 years ago that Nancy and I went to a chamber dinner, and we didn't have to go to cover. I didn't have to write a story afterwards, and we just went to enjoy it. And Johnny Wooden was speaking. That was a big deal. But this award went to two guys, and I listened to. I'll never forget listening to what they to the whole roll call of their activities. But it was Bob Witzel and Dave Howarth. And I tell you what, you know, that this isn't me. I mean, if they are the epitome of community leadership, and you know, I've had a ringside seat to this community for a long, long time, and I do think you know, I'm more of a connector than a community leader. But that, you know, that's what I do. I fell in love with Lafayette a long time ago. I came up here to go to Purdue during the 1960s, and I got recruited up here because I was trailing boyfriend. And that's why I came. But I stayed, and you know, almost 50 years later, we're still married, so it was worth it. I was a news director at WSK for quite a while, and one time during the 1970s, I got a phone call and was asked to go up to WOWO in Fort Wayne. They asked me if I would be the news director there. And I'm thinking, oh, a young kid, 50,000 watts and all over the country, that's pretty special. And they had the greatest jingle, whoa, 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 whoa. But I loved it. John Dennis probably could do that better than anybody. But I was really taken until they said, you know, Mike, we're not just hiring the next news director in Fort Wayne. This is Westinghouse Broadcasting. You also would be then the next news director in Pittsburgh, and then the next news director in Boston, and going up through that chain. And I stopped and I said, you know what? I don't want to be a radio gypsy. I want to I want a home. And so, you know, I told Henry Rosenthal, I'm not leaving, I'm staying. And I've been here ever since. And you know, it is home. And you know, it's been home for almost 50 years. And I really, really think that it's a special place. And you're going to hear, and every night you can go to some program and you're going to hear about how, you know, the community works together so well, and it's true. But when I took this job at Purdue, I was given a couple directions. Joe Bennett said, I want you to get involved in the chamber, and I did. I want you to get involved in diversity, and I did that. And he said, I want you to be a self-starter. Oh, okay, that's not a bad job description. So I started out by getting in, I was on more boards in that first year and a half that I in this job. I was even on Ivy Tech Development Board. For whatever reason, they asked me to be on a symphony board. I have no idea why that happened, but I did. But then one day, we got a new principal at Glen Acres where Nancy was teaching, Karen Combs, and she's a dynamo. But one of the things, Karen, she was kind of talking a little bit about this building needs sprucing up. And Ed Eiler said, well, I can buy the paint, but we can't afford right now. The times are tough, and we can't afford to go out and hire somebody to paint it. And so she and her husband were going to come in every weekend and paint a classroom. And I said, Karen, we can do better than that. And so I had a little conversation, and I got with Jim Slavens at State Farm, and we said, we're going to do a project here. And to make a long story short, we painted that school. We got 500 volunteers from this community. And we did it by groups. The Rotary Club had a room. Purdue volleyball team had one of the hallways. We had Faith Church took the gym. I mean, that's what they do, though. But you know, it was we had all these people. We painted that school in about 3 hours. And you know what? There were 500 people. There aren't that many rooms. Everybody painted about half a wall, and everybody felt like they really contributed. And I thought, you know, and that just really opened my eyes to what, number one, what kind of community we have, because we're able to do that. And number two, I don't need to be going to board meetings all the time. You know, let's bring some people in and let's do some things, you know. And you heard about, you know, how we got the quality. Doug Guthridge and I started working together on this quality of life effort, and we were able to get Rebecca Ryan here. We called ourselves Pit Dogs, the partners in dogged pursuit of good. And we eventually brought up one more, but Erin's an honorary pit dog. She's on professional staff, so she's not quite official yet. But we were able to bring this group together because of the people. I got a call one day that when they had the tornado down in Henryville, southern Indiana, and my boss Julie Griffith said, "Do you think there's something we can do and maybe get the students to get involved and go down there?" And I said, "Yeah, we can do that." And then I thought, oh my God, it's Friday and spring break starts tomorrow. So I got a hold of the International Students Office. Got Vic Lechtenberg to give us a little money to rent some buses and to pay for a meal. They sent out an email blast, and we filled 2 buses of international students in about 4 hours. And the next morning, we get on a bus, we drive down to Henryville. They're pulling stuff out of the fields, out onto the street, so that the guys can come with their trucks and get them out of there. It was a tremendous, tremendous day. We're coming back, and my brother had joined us. And we were on these buses, and on the way home, we stopped at, what's the big bus, the big restaurant, Jonathan Bird's Cafeteria, Southern Indiana. All the buses are Southern Marion County.
Yeah.
It's not the most cosmopolitan area in the state of Indiana. And we had students of every color and every dirty. We'd been working out there all the time, all lined up at this area. And my brother came up to me. I was at the end of the line, kind of paying for things. He said, "You know, people are coming in and they're kind of looking and seeing this crowd." And he said, "They're turning around and leaving." He said, "I don't know, and maybe it's because of all these different, you know, colors of people, or maybe it's because they're dirty, or you know, maybe that's just a long line and they're leaving." But my brother's an IU guy, but he said to a couple, he said, "These are Purdue students, and they were just down cleaning up after that tornado, and they're from 100 different countries, and 90, and all of a sudden, this group tells that group, and we're sitting in this big room, and before you know it, there must have been 30 people coming by and patting them on the back and saying, 'Thank you very much. It's just wonderful what you've done.'" And all that was because people turned out, you know, and that's kind of what it's like around our campus, and that's what it's like around our community. And these things just keep on happening, and you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I'm so proud to have been part of it for this long, and I'm going to be forever. And I've sort of got a retirement date, but that only means I won't get paid for what I'm doing, I think. You know, I'm going to continue to be a part of it. So I this is a great organization. I've been a part of it forever and ever, it seems, and I hope to continue to. And I'm just so appreciative of this that you just won't believe it, because it's just not. It's not something I would at all expect. You know, I'm not like Dave Howarth and those guys, but here we are. So thank you very, very much. I gotta tell you one, Nate, come on up here, Nate. You guys probably all watched Nate doing his commercials from the time he was a little boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he and Don, you know, he's doing for Grandpa Don. Well, one day, this is a long time ago, but Nate came up to Larry Clisby and I, and we were chatting around, and he says, you know what, I really want to be a sportscaster, but I got an opportunity to take over Grandpa's business. What do you think? Larry and I looked at him like he was an idiot and said, make the money, Nate. Way to go, Nate. Congratulations, you did it, and it worked out for you.
Okay. I wasn't on the script, Aaron. Well, Mike also gave me an opportunity as a 16-year-old to intern with him and be around the news business. It was a tremendous opportunity for me, and I'm grateful. And my wife, Brandy, worked for Mike in the community relations department at Purdue, and one of the best experiences of her life. And there are hundreds of stories, probably some in this room, of doors Mike has opened for you. So let's give Mike another hand. This next announcement is very important. According to Aaron Easter, food and beverage will continue until 9 p.m. So you want to take a look at that. But how about a hand for all of our award winners tonight? They're all fantastic.